What's one of your greatest memory about community that you've had so far?
Ooh, greatest memory about community. Greatest memory.
Like fondest or...
I'd say our CG, Jabari, the first hangout that you had at Village Market. That was my first time ever meeting you guys. Yes, and it was
a
so
good one.
amazing and very wholesome.
Yeah.
Because at that point I was really hoping I'd get friends. And that's how I met you guys. That's how I got to know Eugene. That's how I got to know you. And amazing. And thank God, actually that day I didn't want to leave the house. But the fact that I left the house to go for that hangout is the reason I'm here today.
Yeah. Hi, Nikki.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well. Have a couple of questions here. How's your day? How are you feeling?
Very excited for especially this day, and it's finally happening with all the planning and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Okay, let's jump into the questions.
Yes, please.
All right. Question: who has had the greatest influence on your life?
That's a very good question. I'd say the one person who's had the greatest influence in my life is definitely God. Because I don't think I'd be here without him.
That's true.
I don't think I'd be alive. I don't think I'd be in this season. I don't think I'd be with you guys. And he's really orchestrated my life. He's planned everything. He's really aligned my life in the way he wants it to be and not how I want it. Because if I wanted my life to be the way I wanted it to be, trust me, it would be completely different. But I'm very happy for where I am right now in my life. And I'm just very grateful. Yeah, so he's given me everything I desire. So it's definitely him. And I'd say my family. They've really taught me. They've guided me. They've, the love, the joy, the peace, the affirmation. When I was going through it, they really backed me up. Yeah.
Oh. Who can you say in your family has had the greatest impact?
In my family?
Specifically, yeah.
In my family, I'd say my mom.
Okay.
Because she's been there in every season in my life.
Yeah.
She's always been giving me all the best advices. And we're very close. And I really love that she's very intentional about building that connection with the both of us.
Yeah.
And we're very similar. We enjoy the same thing. We love going for walks. She used to hike a lot. And I think I got that same spirit from her. So she's someone who's really influenced me, my family.
Wow. So you love hiking?
Yes. I love hiking. I love swimming. Although I can't swim, but I can float. But I love...
So can I. So can I.
Yeah, I just love being in water, in short.
Yeah.
I know I can't drown for sure, but doing the laps and everything, not for me. But I love the water. I love hiking, walking. I just love being outside. Yeah.
Oh, nature girl.
Yeah.
All right. My second question. What kind of life are you trying to build? Not just a career, but what kind?
What kind of life am I trying to build? I'd say a very fulfilling life. Very peaceful, wholesome, and mostly impactful. I think the main goal for me is to impact the generation behind me, which is my kids and my kids' kids and everyone in this world.
Yeah.
For them to have a life that I'm currently living now and what I'll currently live later by faith. And that's a reach in terms of family, in terms of health, in terms of wealth, and just being able to guide the people behind me to ensure that, they live a life where they can also impact others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the one impact you're hoping to pass down that could go on for generations?
Many, very many.
Give me two.
I'd say, I think the main, okay, like currently, I think I'm very heavy on impacting the poor and the homeless.
Okay.
And that's in terms of feeding them with knowledge of what life really means and how to get that life. And children, because that's where it starts early, teaching them early so that they can build their families from then on, which creates a bigger impact. So I'd really love to impact the younger kids, the poor, the homeless, and also I think I love the idea of marriage so much ever since I was young. So I know God is probably going to open that chapter where I'm going to impact people with the things He has taught me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So you're looking to mentor young couples?
Yes, God willing. Yeah.
Okay. On to my final question. What helps you stay grounded in a distracted world?
Ooh. What helps me stay grounded in a distracted world? I'd say my values. My values, and that goes back to my faith. And that's what keeps me standing. That's what keeps me going each and every other day. That keeps me encouraged to face the day and everything. And after faith and the values that I have is community, and just being around people like you,
Yeah.
who like we share the same values and we share the same goal. Not people who will try to hold you back from what you want to do in your future.
Yeah.
So I'd say spending a lot of time with the community and being strong in my faith. That's what keeps me grounded.
Okay. Talks about community.
Yes.
So tell me, what's the most important thing you've learned so far about community? Very interesting. Never thought you'd think about it like that.
I think the main thing I've really learned about community is you have to be intentional. Because community is always there.
Yes.
In every space that you enter, in work, in the cafeteria, church. The community is always there, but you have to be intentional to make the first step. And personally, for me, when I started to go back to community within church and everything, it was someone who was intentional in wanting to making me know others, you know, and just his courage to come and tell me to, you know, do this and do that, is what made me bold, and also gave me that energy and boldness to go ahead and look for more people to talk to. So I think intentionality is amazing, and just being out there and, yeah, going for those hangouts, waking up, if you have a plan, not cancelling them and just going ahead for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's one of your greatest memory about community that you've had so far?
Ooh, greatest memory about community. Greatest memory.
Like fondest or...
I'd say our CG, Jabari, the first hangout that you had at Village Market. That was my first time ever meeting you guys. Yes, and it was so amazing and very wholesome.
Yeah.
Because at that point I was really hoping I'd get friends. And that's how I met you guys. That's how I got to know Eugene. That's how I got to know you. And amazing. And thank God, actually that day I didn't want to leave the house. But the fact that I left the house to go for that hangout is the reason why I'm here today.
Yeah.